I mean, if one like Mr. Trump, who claims to be a pseudo-historian, knows that the first nation to ever recognize the United States of America was a Muslim country. There have been Muslims in this country since the inception of this country. There are Muslims in our law enforcement community, I being one of them. There are Muslims in our armed services. Go to any major hospital in this country, and you'll find a Muslim physician. You go to courtrooms, you'll find Muslim attorneys. You'll find Muslim judges. My father-in-law happens to be the first elected Muslim judge in the country. And so I think that this rhetoric that Mr. Trump is spewing persuasively, in fact, in some parts of our nation, unfortunately, doesn't speak to someone who is ready to lead America. It speaks to someone who, in fact, has had Muslim employees and has done business with Muslims, knows better. And you know, the old adage that when you know better, you do better is not applicable to Mr. Trump, who has a very high emotional intelligence. I think Mr. Trump understands human psychology because he's speaking to a constituency. But that kind of impulsivity and the kind of Machiavellian courting of a particular constituency just to garner more support speaks to someone, I believe, who has demonstrated a lack of character when you're demonizing an entire group that I believe he knows better than to do so. So I'm calling on Muslims, I'm calling on folks of goodwill, our brothers and sisters in the Latino community, as well as the African-American community, obviously, to band together and put aside differences, because there are over 8 million Muslims in this country, many of whom are registered to vote, many of whom who give both to the Democrat and Republican Party. And there are now huge discussions around creating a Muslim super PAC or leveraging the Muslim voting bloc the same way African Americans have done for decades, the same way that our Latino brothers and sisters have done for decades, and impacting political change. It's not enough for politicians to court the Muslim community when it becomes politically expedient, but I think Mr. Trump has to see the gravity of his era in terms of the demonization that is taking place. It's unacceptable, it's unpatriotic, and it's obviously un-American.